How's it going, everybody? Today we're out here at the Magic Kingdom and we are going to do something we have never done before, and that is a challenge of can we experience every ride and attraction in this park in one day using Fast Pass and every trick in the book we possibly can. There are 29 things here we're going to try to do in one day. It's 9:10 right now. The park opened at 9, so we have a lot to get to. Let's get it started. I have no clue if we're actually going to be able to do this. Hopefully we can. I will say it's our first time ever being here pretty much at rope drop. I have never seen this area this dead before. This is kind of interesting. Yeah, so usually for us, when we come to the parks, we'll like skip the morning like rope drop crowd and maybe get in at usually like an hour after, like 10 o'clock is when our first actual Fast Pass starts for the day. That's usually when we come in. But yeah, seeing it like this is kind of here. We'll avoid the spitting camel. So seeing it like this is rather interesting. I know it's not gonna stay like this for very long. A person at DVC told us when you get to the park, everyone goes right towards Space Mountain and Mine Train. Go left, try to hit Thunder, try to hit Jungle Cruise. When I told them about this idea, that's specifically what they said was go left, try to hit those rides first because no one really goes over there. And if maybe, I'm about to get misted really bad, but maybe if the rest of the rides in this area look like the crowds do right now, maybe we'll be okay for the first part. Because like I said, we have Fast Passes for Space at 10 and then Peter Pan and Mine Train. I don't remember what order those last two are. So we have the Fast Passes for those. But until then, we're standby everything. I hope we can knock out some of these major rides because I don't know if we'll be able to get Fast Passes for them later today. So we'll see what happens. All right, first ride of the day, 20-minute wait, it says for Thunder. It is 9:15 or 9:17. That says 9:15. My phone says 9:17. We'll see what time it is when we get off. Okay, so we're off Thunder, ride 1, check. Took a little bit longer than I thought. It's an hour-long wait now, though. So it said 20 when we got on. We waited about 30 minutes for it because Fast Passes started loading in. But better than the hour we would have waited if we got on it now. So now I think we're gonna head over to Pirates because when we walked by before to go to Thunder, it was closed. Now it looks like it's open. So maybe a lot of people don't know yet that it's open. We'll see.
This one to dance.
Fight the lever aloft, my dear. Worthy Captain Jack Sparrow's afraid of your wrath.
Strike your feathers, dearie. Show 'em your flock.
Hey, send them hints to Davy Jones. It's the rum they want.
Okay, that worked out perfect. So it is now 10:01. So that was about a 15-minute we walked on the ride, yeah. So we basically, it was a 15-minute standby is what it said, but that was pretty much us to get into the line to getting off the ride, which is perfect. So it's 10:01 now. Our first Fast Pass is for Space at 10:10, but because we're right here, we're gonna save the Jungle Cruise and hope we can maybe get a Fast Pass for it later in the day because it's starting to pick up. We're gonna try to do like 1 or 2 of just like the basic rides, like the smaller ones we don't want to waste a Fast Pass on. So we're gonna hope that the line for Magic Carpets of Aladdin, because it's right here around the corner, maybe the line for that isn't that bad yet for standby. Go and knock that out. Maybe go into the Treehouse, the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse also while we're over here. And then over to Space Mountain, and then our Fast Passes start, and that's when we can actually start getting more stuff. So we'll see what happens. Okay, never mind. I take it back. We are gonna come back to the Carpets of Aladdin a little bit later. So we'll go ahead and walk through the Treehouse because I'm considering that an attraction. We will come back to that later because even though that line doesn't look that long, that is still, because even the wait time actually isn't even listed. That's probably still about a 20-30 minute wait. Now I know later in the day we can get on that a little bit faster. So let's go walk through the Treehouse.
That's one of the most fun parts about
All right, so now I believe it is 10:11. Another attraction down. Took a little longer than I expected to walk through that. Took about 10 minutes surprisingly, but we got it done. Now we're gonna head over to Tomorrowland and see what kind of stuff we can knock out before our fast pass for Space Mountain. So hopefully it just started. We're trying to knock out some other stuff first. Hopefully we get a good amount of stuff done there this morning before it starts to pick up, because that area gets busy really fast. All right, so we figured we were coming over here because we have our fast pass right now for Space Mountain, but I figured we'd take advantage of the fact that some of these lines for rides that don't have fast pass, like the People Mover, there's like a 5-minute wait, 10-minute wait maybe. Go ahead and knock them out because you can't get a fast pass for it. So it's 10:27 right now. This will be the 4th ride in by the time we get off, about an hour and a half. So I feel like we're making decent progress. The park's going to keep getting busier as the morning kind of gets going, but we'll see what happens. That's 4 down. Also, I don't know how this works out like it did, but we literally have an entire train to ourselves because every other row behind us is shut down, and in front of us, there's nothing. So maybe they heard we were coming, so they gave us a private train. We'll go with that. All right, another ride down. We've been in the park for about an hour and a half. So we've knocked out 4 attractions in about an hour and a half. I feel like we're off to a good start, not using any fast passes yet. But now it's 10:40. We're heading to Space Mountain. First fast pass of the day. Now hopefully we'll start moving through some stuff really quickly. And there we go, another ride checked off the list. So from here, we have about 15 or 20 minutes for our next fast pass, which is for Peter Pan. So we're gonna kind of just walk around and see what things just don't have much of a wait that we don't have to worry about getting a fast pass for later. Maybe like Little Mermaid or Teacup, something like that maybe. Fill in that time there to take advantage of it. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but another big one, because Space Mountain has a 60-minute wait right now, so I'm really glad we were able to get a fast pass for that. Okay, slight change of plans. So Little Mermaid, the Carousel, and the Teacups all had pretty long waits for what they were. I know later in the day they really calmed down. So, figured go ahead and get lunch. It's like a little after 11 now, and considering we were up at around like 6 or 7 o'clock this morning to get here, figured go ahead and knock it out. Again, everyone's kind of using their morning fast passes right now. The rides really start to open up a little bit better, at least the smaller rides, between like 12 and 1. Then later on they start to die down, especially when like the parades start happening and stuff. So, figured take advantage of that time where people are doing all their rides, and we'll go and get food while there's nobody here. So we're gonna do this, and then by the time we get done, our Peter Pan Fast Pass should be good to go, and then we should be able to start rolling really quickly through stuff again. Well, the ride's down, but they're not saying it's down because if they have to actually close the ride, they have to give everybody free Fast Passes that are in line, the ones that have already scanned. We haven't scanned yet, but I'm afraid if we leave now, and they don't actually shut the ride down and we don't get back, then this Fast Pass is gone. And it's an 80-minute standby, and I don't know if we can do this challenge without having a Fast Pass for this. So hopefully they'll open it up soon. The boats have not been moving for 5 minutes so far. Hopefully it'll open soon, we'll see. Well, it took a little bit longer than expected with the ride going down, maybe about 25 minutes from getting in line to getting off of it. So we were hoping we could get off this in time to get on the ferry boat because that runs every 30 minutes, like consistently. But it's 12 o'clock noon exactly right now. So we're gonna go over instead, I guess, to Philhar Magic, knock that out. That's a show without a Fast Pass, and then kind of go from there. This is actually the first time I've ever seen this have a line. Maybe it's just because we've never done it in like the first couple hours of the day before, but hopefully we can't, obviously I only agree in the first show, but maybe we'll at least be able to get into the second show. So from here we have about 30 minutes exactly before our Mine Train Fast Pass. And with the Peter Pan and Mine Train, without those two Fast Passes, I don't think this challenge would be possible whatsoever. So So I want to try to get on Mine Train as soon as that fast pass hits so we can start booking more for the rest of the day. But with the rides and the lines, how they are kind of right now, I think this is basically our only option. So we might be waiting longer than we would later in the day for it, but I don't think we have anything else we could do to fill this little bit of time besides trying to do this right now. How cool do we look right now? That is a cute little show. It is good. But now that worked out perfectly because now it took us a little while to get in. We must have got let in right when the theater before us let in. So we had to wait about the full show before we got in. But it's 12:27, 12:28 right now. Our fast pass for Mine Train starts at 12:35. But if you didn't know, there's a 5-minute grace period on the front end, and I believe a 10-minute one on the back end. Don't hold me to the back end one, I'm not sure. But I know the front end one, you have a 5-minute early window. So in about 2 minutes, which is basically about the time we get over to it, because it's right there, we can go ahead and get on. And that's our last booked fast pass. So now, after we scan in here, we can start trying to get as many more as we can, just as close to each other as possible. So let's do Mine Train. We never do it. It's so hard to get a fast pass for it, and the line is like, I think it's a 2-hour wait right now. And yeah, it is a lot of fun. So
I just wish it was longer, but it is one of my favorites.
that I also agree with. It is a very short ride. But I'm glad we got a fast pass for it because, again, just like I said for Peter Pan, without having a fast pass for this and Peter Pan, because they have the longest lines, even more than Space Mountain, the longest lines in the park, no question, this challenge would not, I feel like, be possible. So let's go ride Mine Train. This should be fun. Yep, 125-minute wait for it, too.
But you have to have a reservation set up ahead of time. For a standby?
Yeah, the standby line is no joke for this today. Wow. That took exactly 10 minutes. We scanned in right when it hit 12:30 and it just hit 12:40. It took exactly 10 minutes from scanning in to walking off the ride. You can't beat that. That's awesome. And now, since we've used all 3 of our main fast passes, we can start getting more. So we got one for the Little Mermaid, the little under the sea Little Mermaid ride. And one, like I said, it's 12:40 now, but what we're gonna try to do is walk over maybe and do the ferry boat, because doing that now, it runs every half hour at that point. So around 1, we can get on, get off at 1:30, go hit that, and then start looking for more fast passes again. I think that's gonna be our plan for now, just to take advantage of the fact that that ride, it's a 30-minute attraction no matter what you do about it. So I figured since we have this little bit of time right here in about a 20-minute window, maybe go ahead and knock it out now. We'll see if that works. Okay, never mind, change of plan. So I was able to move the fast pass up 10 more minutes to 12:50 for Little Mermaid, which it's like 12:44 right now. So with that 5-minute window I talked about before Mine Train, we can go and scan it now. That way, instead of going to do the riverboat right now, we can scan in, immediately use our fast pass, try to get another one. So just in case we have a little bit more of a gap in between this fast pass and our next one, we can do the riverboat then and actually use the fact of like we can't ride anything right now, use that time for that instead of using time that we could be using our fast passes. And I'm hoping that will give us those few extra minutes to hopefully get this challenge done, because as time moves along, it makes me curious more and more if we're actually gonna be able to do it or not. So I really hope we can.
Nobody beat us, fry us, and eat us, and bring us in. We were listening to John rocking out the blackfish, sing the spin and the slightly. So sweet, so sweet, they can fucking
That was another really quick ride in and out right there. It was about 10 minutes again from scanning in to getting off the ride, which is perfect. And while we were in line, we booked another fast pass for Winnie the Pooh that starts at 1:10. So it's about 12:57, 12:58 right now. which means we have about 6 or 7 minutes with that 5-minute early window to scan in, knock that ride out, get another fast pass, and hopefully keep going. If we can keep getting fast passes, even for the smaller rides, just immediate ones like this maybe for a while, if we can get lucky with that, it gives me a lot more hope that this challenge might be really possible. All right, so we're in line. It's 1:07 right now. We're in line for Winnie the Pooh, and I just checked the app, and we were able to get a fast pass at 1:10. So you could actually go use it right now if you wanted, but by the time we get off this, we'll definitely be good. For It's a Small World, which right now has like a 45-minute wait. Just use it in 3 minutes. So we're gonna get off of this, head straight there. I guess we'll eventually get on the riverboat. We'll figure out when we're gonna do that. But as long as we can knock out these bigger rides with long waits early while we can, it's working out for us. I'm not complaining. So that's the good thing. If you keep refreshing that app, again, Small World's got a 40-minute wait, 45-minute wait, something like that. I refreshed the app like 3 times and got a fast pass for it that starts in 3 minutes. You can't beat that.
We'll never reach that dream.
Look, Mama,
Together to sing.
Need to stop and give plushie appreciation. So it's 1:20 now, another ride, check off the list. We're gonna head over to Small World because our Fast Pass has started for it. But when we were by here earlier waiting to do Peter Pan, the line for the Fast Pass was like way out the entrance. So if it's still like that, what we might do is we might hold it, go ahead and go do the ferry boat or the steamboat, knock that out, and then come back and use on the back end of it. I wanna try to use it at the beginning so we can book another one. But if the line is like crazy long, then we'll come back, loop back around to it and do it later. So we'll see. We're walking up to it now, kind of what it's looking like. Hopefully we can go ahead and knock it out, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, the line was still for It's a Small World out the entrance for just the Fast Pass. It was a 60-minute standby. So while we're on the riverboat, we'll go ahead and ride this, knock it out. And while we're doing it, I'll search and see if I can get any better Fast Passes in replace of Small World. We'll go up top. We've never been on the top of this. We'll see if I can get like maybe a Haunted Mansion Fast Pass, maybe a Jungle Cruise Fast Pass. That's like our big 2 rides left we need to do, even Buzz Lightyear. Maybe we can knock one of those out instead. If not, we'll still be able to do Small World on the back end of our Fast Pass when we get off. Either way, so we'll be safe regardless. And we're off, right at 1:30, which is great. And I managed while we were on here, refreshing the app a bunch. Got a Fast Pass to switch Small World out, so if I can get another maybe for that later. Got Haunted Mansion at 2:25, so we should get back off this at like 1:50, 1:55, so about 20 minutes to spare, and then go do Haunted. Maybe we'll like go do like Country Bear Jamboree or another show, or maybe get a snack, I don't know, in the meantime, in between that. But that's another major ride. I just kept refreshing the app for like 5 minutes, and one came up in an hour from now, so I think that'll work out pretty well for us. So we'll do this, relax for a little bit, cool down, because there's a great breeze right now. Maybe do another show, get a snack, and then do Haunted Mansion. See, if you refresh the app enough, sometimes you get lucky. Like, I found a bunch of Space Mountains. I found 2 Mine Train Fast Passes come up, which was really crazy. You never see that. So, stuff's popping up surprisingly well.
Old man Harper's grain mill's there, back in the woods just off Powell's Landing. Next month, Potter's Pond, and
Everyone for traveling the rivers of America with us today. Engine room. Approach levee.
Just like that, another ride down. But now, because we have a little bit of time to kind of play with, a little bit in between before Haunted Mansion or something, snacky time? It's snacky snack time. Well, that worked out perfectly. I got a churro. At least you got a pretzel down there. And we're chilling in the shade right outside Country Bear Jamboree. We can't bring these in, but the next show starts in about 10 minutes. And it's a 12-minute show, which means right when we get out of this, we should be good to go over and do our Haunted Mansion Fast Pass. This is actually working out really well. And I haven't had a churro the last like 2 times down here. They're so good. So fun fact, this will likely be the first time either one of us have even seen this show. I think I've come in here one time and then left. Like I didn't stay for it, like it was raining or something. I said, I don't feel like it, and I left. But I've actually never seen this show. So I probably won't film much of it because I'm actually curious to see what it's like myself. But hey, this is a check off for both of us because we've never done this before.
The heart he's breaking. I talked to him, but I don't think he understood.
That was something. That was hilarious. That was actually a really funny show. Yeah, I got nothing else to say about that, but that was something. I appreciate it because I know it's like, I think it's an opening day attraction, but I appreciate the humor in it that kids wouldn't get, but adults will get. Because you can tell there were no kids laughing the entire time, but all the adults were laughing. It was really funny. It was really definitely very entertaining. And it worked out perfect because now it's about 12:20 or 2:22, 2:23, something like that. And our fast pass for Haunted starts at 2:25. So we can go ahead and head over there, knock that out. And that's another one of the major attractions. I wasn't sure if we were going to get a fast pass for it today, and we managed to. So getting a lot done now. So it's been I feel like we're making a lot of progress in this middle part of the day, which is really good for us. Time for our next fast pass.
Doors and no doors.
Just like that, 15, 20 minutes later, check. Haunted Mansion down. And while I was in line for it, we got a fast pass at 3 o'clock for Small World to make up for the one that we actually replaced with Haunted Mansion now. And I think it's like 247, 240, it's almost 250 now. So only about 5-10 more minutes, we can knock that out. Then we might kind of take like a mid-afternoon heat break because the sun's coming out, it's getting a little bit warmer. And maybe go to like Hall of Presidents, Tiki Room, stuff like that. Some more of the indoor show type of attractions. Might do those then and try to get a bigger attraction with a fast pass for maybe like an hour or so from now. We're making great progress. We're doing really well right now. Oh yeah, time for everybody's favorite ride at Walt Disney World. You ready for the best ride at Walt Disney World? Here we go. And while we were in line, I got a fast pass at 3:20 for teacups. So that works. Well, that's gonna be stuck in my head the rest of the day now. Well, ready to go get dizzy? Okay, maybe a little bit. We'll go purple. Yeah, don't expect to see a lot of spinning on this one, because if I do, I'm gonna be re-seeing Alicia's lunch and her pretzel, and I would like that to not happen. But the good thing is, here we go. I did manage to get another fast pass for right after this for Aladdin Magic Carpet. So that'll be another ride we can knock off. But here's the one spin we're gonna get, and we're just gonna ride it out from here. We'll just let it be like this because I don't want to see Alicia's pretzel again. Whee! Well, that was quick. Yep. And no pretzel, so that's good too. Man, been back into Adventureland since first thing this morning, actually too. I feel like 6 hours. All right, I made a little challenge for this one, or a little goal, I guess you could say. It's pretty hot out today. It's in like the upper 80s. So we're gonna go up to the height we think the camel spits at on the ride, because it looks like he's running. And we're just gonna leave our carpet there the entire time and see if we get sprayed any. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't complain either way today, so we'll see. Here we go. I think actually this height is gonna be pretty close to him, so we'll see. Well, that was fun. And now we're gonna get off this, and it says in 2 minutes the next show of the Tiki Room starts. So we're gonna try to rush over there and try to get on that before the show starts. Because actually, that is another attraction that neither one of us have seen. I've never done it. Alicia's never done it. So this will be a first for both of us, just like Country Bear Jamboree.
That's fireworks in the sky. that can be seen in front.
Perfect timing. Right when we got up to the turnstiles, they opened the doors to go in. So we just made it. It is great. I managed to get another fast pass in about an hour for Barnstormer, so we'll be able to go to that later, but we're gonna try to spend that time in the middle to go ahead and do like this, Tom Sawyer's Island, maybe Hall of Presidents, go ahead and knock out some of the shows in the middle of the day. Just do as much as we can in this little bit of time before hitting our next fast pass in about an hour.
Look at all the birdies, right?
Well. Well, I don't think the audio is working. We'll give it a minute and just kind of see what happens, and if they don't get it running in a sec, we'll probably bounce ahead to the next thing because I don't think anyone, some people are leaving, the doors are open, some people are staying. Not really sure what's going on right now, so we'll see. Great first time seeing it though. Well, that didn't exactly go as planned. We'll count it.
We tried.
We did try. What we're gonna do is we're gonna count it for now. But if we get everything else done throughout the day, it runs until closing at 9 o'clock. So if we can get back before the park closes, after we ride everything else here and do everything else, if we can get back and actually see the full show, we'll come back and do it then. But basically the doors open and the cast member said they were gonna try to get it back working. And then we waited about 5 minutes and then no one came back. So we're gonna check it off for now. And then again, if we can get back here by the end of the day, we'll come back and do it then. Yeah, great starter song though. Beautiful, really, really pretty song. The birds were singing great. Well, for now, we're gonna head over, go ahead and try to do Tom Sawyer's Island. I feel like that's gonna be the longest process to actually do it, walk around a little bit and get back off. So we're gonna try to knock that out right now in the middle of the day and then kind of go from there. We had to wait for the ferry boat to go by before we could go over there. Wasted a few minutes, like 5-ish minutes for that. I think we'll still be okay. This is a really cool area to come over to. I feel like I always forget to come over here. We've only done it like once or twice.
I've only done it once.
That actually might be the only time I have then. I know the only times I've done it, I think, were with you. It's a really cool area to kind of walk around and explore. We're not going to spend too much time here, obviously, because we still have like 10 plus things we got to do in the next few hours. But especially if you kind of come over into this area, right on the edge where the riverboat board's right there. Kind of come into this area, there's like a bunch of seats. You can kind of just chill out and relax. It is a really cool place. We won't be able to show everything in this video, but definitely highly recommend you come check this place out and explore for yourselves, because you could spend hours here if you really wanted to, checking out everything. There's a lot to do. Well, a very, very, very quick visit to Tom Sawyer's Island. We didn't really want to take a whole lot of time here, mainly because we still have a ton of things we got to do today. But I highly recommend, again, come check this place out, come walk around, come explore. There's a really, really lot of fun stuff to do here. So highly recommend checking it out. But we spent like 2 minutes here, but it counts. Check it off the list. Let's head back across, and I don't know, maybe we're gonna try to do a Hall of Presidents next. We'll see. That might be the quickest visit to Tom Sawyer's Island ever. I feel like I experienced it well, and I really soaked it all in, and it was like 2 minutes we were over there. It felt great. And now, we still have about 30 minutes before we can go do Barnstormer for that fast pass. Gonna go try to knock out Hall of Presidents now, like I said earlier. Hopefully we can get in on a really early show, and it doesn't, like we don't get there right when one starts and we're stuck waiting. If so, we'll take it from there. Hopefully we can just get right in and knock that out really quickly, because that'll be one of the last shows we need to do today besides Carousel of Progress. Also, while we're walking past, I'll go and point out the fact Splash Mountain is closed. We're filming this in February, and it's always closed in January and February, usually for like seasonal maintenance. So that one we couldn't do if we wanted to. We'll see how much time we would have had left at the end of the day where that would have kind of fallen into place with everything else. But it's closed, so we can't do it. So I guess we'll check that one off. We can't do it, but it also isn't on the list to count. But it was in my list of every attraction, so we'll check it off anyway. I wish we could have, because it'd feel great to ride it today, but it's gonna be closed, I think, for like the next month or so right now. Nope. See you guys in about 30 minutes.
We, the people. Therein lies the genius of that new idea, now over 200 years old.
Okay, another attraction down. It's about 4:56 now, so our fast pass for Barnstormer just started. We're gonna head over that way. We got about probably a 5-minute walk to get there. That's another one down. I think we have 8 or 9 more things left with about 4 hours left in the day. The problem is a lot of things left are long shows, long rides where when the fast pass line and the standby line, if you can get a fast pass merge, you wait a while, like Speedway and stuff like that. We're gonna be really pushing it. I'm nervous. I'm getting nervous at this point because of what rides we have left to do, like that and Jungle Cruise and stuff. Okay, 5:05. Time for the next ride. So you haven't done this before, right? We are going to be squished. This is meant for people that are like this tall. So we're sticking 2 adults in a very, very kiddie roller coaster right now. We're going to be getting real close on this one.
I'm actually not squished.
Is there actually surprisingly more room than I thought? It was really hard to get the bar down to get over my kneecaps. That was probably the hardest thing. Well, this is another first for you.
Yeah.
I think I've only done it once. There is no cushion on this backrest though, so that's kind of painful. That was quick.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it. Very short. It was more rough than anything. Not having a cushiony backrest makes a big difference. Yeah. Well, that was easy. And now we're gonna head over to the Speedway. We've got a fast pass for that. We're gonna knock that out. Another one that she actually hasn't done, so I'm gonna let her drive. That'll be fun. The only bummer with this ride is, and it's gonna really affect our time, is even after you merge, you have a lot of waiting you still have to do. And we have to go all the way back down there. So we'll see how much this it cuts into our time. All right, Lisa, try not to crash, okay?
I'll try. This way it's like to drive drunk.
See, this looks so easy when you're actually doing it, or when you're like looking at it from the outside. When you start doing it, you realize that steering wheel does not do you many favors, does
No,
it?
not really.
So this is a change of pace. I feel like because of the road trips I drive everywhere, now I can just like sit back and enjoy this really smooth. No, it's a bumpy ride. It's a bumpy ride. Let's be honest. Hey, at least we're not ping-ponging back and forth the whole time.
That one wasn't.
Just sit back and relax as much as you can. Enjoy the sunset behind Magic Kingdom. You're doing pretty good though.
I took that third.
You're not like banging into it like back and forth really hard. Like you're kind of coasting into it just because the steering is so like inaccurate. Hey, if anything, you get a really nice view of Tron back here though. Let us know how excited are you for that to open. That's gonna be awesome. Go, Alicia! Go! Hurry! We gotta beat him! We gotta beat him! You're doing great, sweetie. You're doing so great. I'm proud of you. You did a good job. My back, like I feel like I'm still vibrating a little bit. My back is like numb right now. It's a weird feeling. Yeah, it was shaking you in a really weird way. But you didn't crash us. She didn't hit anybody the entire time actually. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And no one ran into us either, surprisingly. Because that actually didn't take as long as I expected. That maybe took 20 minutes from scanning our fast pass to getting off. That's really good for our time. What we did was we managed to get a fast pass for Jungle Cruise at like 7:30. I think it's like 5:30, 5:40 right now, somewhere in that window. So we have a little bit of time we're gonna kill. We've got to get dinner at some point because we eat lunch at 11. We're not gonna make it till 9 o'clock tonight. So we got to eat lunch at some point. Astro Orbiter, Carousel of Progress, and the Mike Monsters Inc. show. Never done that either. So we have those 3 things that are in this area. Maybe we'll try to knock all those out right now. Plus, we're gonna hope for a fast pass for it. We'll see what happens. But I'm not sure. I think we have like 8 things left to do. I don't know if we're gonna make it, especially because of the shows. I think if we hadn't done any of the shows and just did rides, we'd be done by now. But the shows really slow things down. Like Carousel of Progress is gonna be a 20-minute show. We'll see what happens. Okay, I don't think I've actually ever seen Astro Orbiter's line this short before. Yes, please. Thank you. This actually works out really well because this was one of the rides I was concerned about of how we were going to do it because there's no fast pass and it's such a slow process getting up and down. But it says 25 minutes on the sign. It's at 50 on the app, but there's no way it's 50 minutes without there's like no one in the queue or anything right now. This was one of the ones I was worried about, so at least we can knock this one out now. All right, you're piloting this thing, so please don't crash this, okay? Okay?
Okay.
The video might end after this clip. Actually feels really nice up here. The breeze is fantastic. Jeez, the G-forces when you hit the bottom of that thing are ridiculous. It like slams you into the wall. That was fun though. And just like that, another hour has passed. It's officially 6 o'clock. We have 3 hours left until park closing. And I cannot believe we got on after one as quick as we did. I thought that was gonna take at least a good 45-minute chunk out of our time. I thought it was gonna take a lot longer. But now, like I said, it's 6 o'clock, we have 3 hours left. We're gonna go ahead and get dinner now in hopes as it gets a little bit later in the day, people are gonna start getting ready for the fireworks. And maybe some of the wait times will go down because of that. So if you're gonna eat now, while the wait times are still a little bit high, that way we'll be ready, we'll be recharged, and then maybe the wait times will go down a little bit later. So, dinner time. The Dinner of Champions. Also known as basically all you can really get to eat at Magic Kingdom is burgers and chicken nuggets.
And I've decided we're going as George and Martha Washington, dear.
Having the do-it-yourself craze these days. We're remodeling our basement as something called a rumpus room. Oh, 975.
John, what's wrong with the oven?
What?
Anyone for pizza?
And just like that, it's dark outside. So that's another one down. Carousel progress, done. It is 6:50 now. I believe we have 5 more things left to do in about 2 hours. So what we're gonna do is, we still have to do the carousel behind the castle. So we're gonna try to go do that right now. Because once it gets closer to 9 o'clock with the fireworks, they're gonna shut that area down because they can't have people that close during the fireworks. So we're gonna try to go ahead, knock that out now, maybe then get back and do Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, because I've never done it and I don't know how long it is. And then we'll just have 2 or 3 things left after that, I believe. So it's gonna come down to the wire. It's gonna be really close, but we'll see if we can make it. We might. Ready to ride your horse? You have a name for him or her? Okay, what time to get off the ride? Think I'll have one? Okay, that was actually not that bad. That was about 10 minutes. Not too bad. Whee! All right, you come up with a name for him, her? Loki the horse? It's got green. I can see it. All right, it's another ride down. 4 more to go. It is 7:15 right now. Our fast pass for Jungle Cruise starts at 7:30, so we're gonna head there now, knock that out. And I think in an hour, I think we can do 3 rides. I think we can do it. All right, 7:25, time to knock this out. And I think this is one of the first times I've seen this at a 20-minute wait without it being like right at park closing. That's kind of crazy. And thankfully with the line being short, means we shouldn't wait too long for this, because this is one that I'm really worried would take a long time to get on and off of. Yeah, so every time I've ever done the Jungle Cruise, all of this Fast Pass queue has been completely full, and usually the Fast Pass line was out the entrance. So actually being able to do it and not wait in all this queue we're passing through right now, I was super worried that this ride was gonna be a solid like 30-40 minute chunk of time taken up just to get on this. So thankfully, that might not be the case, and that gives me more hope on getting all this done today. We have 3 more rides left. We have the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, Buzz Lightyear, and Dumbo. I think we can do it. I'm gonna try to get a fast pass for something else now.
Sit right here in the doorway. Right there, guys. When we get till the next one, watch your head and step, hold the hammer.
Hard to make it. So please raise your right hand high and repeat after me. I hope we will return. Excellent. Now we are starting on our journey here on the Amazon River, deep in the Amazon rainforest. Here's a little fun fact about the Amazon. In here, it's known to rain for 365 days a year. In fact, some years it might even rain every day. Looks like it must be a leap year right now, though. I don't see anyone. Canoe. It's like my 16th birthday all over again.
I'm sure something must have scared them off. I don't know why else they wouldn't show up to my party. So let's see if we can find out what that is. Oh, that must be it. And that's a giant python. You know who can tell it's a python, not a boa? It doesn't have any feathers. I'd like to make a quick stop by my camp just to pick up some supplies left behind. Oh, no. You know, I hired these guys to break camp for me, but they broke just about everything I own. On the bright side, I couldn't get that Jeep started this morning, but they seem to have gotten it to turn over. And with that family of lions watching over that sleeping zebra, it's exactly how zebras sleep. On their sides, surrounded by lions, legs in the air, neck slightly bent. Yeah, he looks dead. The world, the backside of water. O-2H. Really awkward 10 minutes of all of you staring right at me. My name is Dill Skipper Griffin. But after a cruise like that, I really only have one thing left to say, and I do mean it from the bottom of my khaki-colored heart.
You like that one?
Get out. I'm sorry, that was really rude of me. Here, let me try that again. All right, everyone, please. Get out.
That was actually a really good Jungle Cruise ride.
Yeah,
He was really funny. And we basically walked on that. Like, we didn't wait at all. We got really lucky. We were the last people on that boat, which was great. And while we were in line, I managed to get a fast pass for Dumbo. So we can go do that now, which will leave only 2 rides to do. And I think it's about 7:40, 7:45 now. I think we're gonna make it. Actually, like, legit, I think we're gonna make it. Again, I know Splash Mountain was closed, but we could have hit that at closing, and we could have crossed that one off. And unfortunately, Tiki Room, we stayed in there the amount of time of the show. I got really dark all of a sudden, but then the show went down. But we still saw it, so I'm counting it. So I think we're gonna be able to do everything. So now we just gotta hit Dumbo, 2 rides in Tomorrowland, then we can watch the fireworks and finally be done with this. It took all 12 hours, I think, to pull this off, which is insane. Well, I'm really glad we decided to do the carousel earlier because it's 7:46 right now. I just looked at the clock and they've already shut the carousel down for the fireworks, which aren't until 9. I thought it would be more like 8, 8:30 that they shut it down, but I'm really glad Alicia was like, hey, we should probably do this now and not risk it versus wait until later. I'm really glad we did, otherwise we would not have been able to get that done. And also, Mine Train's only a 50-minute standby right now. That's kind of crazy. And we're in, another fast pass in, and the great thing is, looking at the line and everything behind us, I don't think we even needed the fast pass, but we had it just in case, and we should be able to get on probably the next set of elephants. So this is working out really well. It's like right when it hits around that hour point before fireworks, all of the smaller rides, just like all the lines just disappear for people to get ready for the fireworks tonight. So I'm hoping that's gonna work really well in our favor for this last little bit of time. Hopefully then we can catch the fireworks. That'd be awesome too to finish the night like that. Pick your elephant. Which one you feeling? That'll work. Whee! Also, I was wrong. I don't know if y'all can hear the music in the background. Apparently the fireworks are at 8 and not 9. So we might not see a whole lot of the fireworks. We still have 2 more rides to do. One of them being a show in the last hour. But we'll hear them going on in the background, so we might just like see them as we're walking around. But hey, Dumbo, checked off the list. 2 more rides to go, exactly 1 hour to do it. I think we're gonna make it. Very relaxing way just to chill out. Well, we just went over to Monsters, and I think it literally just closed at 8 o'clock. And it's like 8:01 because the fireworks are just starting behind us. So we weren't able to do that one. That's kind of out of our control for that. But I guess now the last thing we have to do is buzz. But I will say, if it was still open, we would have had time to do both. So it is what it is. We tried. They've changed the queue in here since we were here last time. There's new walls and it goes in a different direction. All right, let's know in the comments down below. Who do you think's gonna have a better score? Who do you think's gonna win? Let us know. I found a new $100,000 target. Well, that was a crazy day. That's the longest I have ever spent in this park. I don't know, it's 8:30 right now after doing an extra people mover ride. It was 8:10 when we got off of Buzz. I don't know how to finish this video because technically we did everything that we could. Every attraction that we could, we did. The only things we didn't end up doing was Splash Mountain because it was closed. and Monsters, because literally it closed, I think, at 8 o'clock, and we walked up at 8 o'clock and they just shut it off. So we, in Tiki Room, it's like 2.5 things, I guess. They kind of glitched out. But with it being 8:10, if we would have kind of reorganized stuff, knowing about early shutdowns, because even Carousel closed early, and I didn't know the Carousel of Progress closed early either. So not knowing that, if we would have like rearranged our order of a few things, and like maybe did the Speedway during the fireworks, and then did Monsters Inc. during that, we would still, if we would have gotten that done, we could have still got back to Tiki and easily got on Splash Mountain at like right at 9 o'clock at closing. And we could have done everything with our time, but we did everything that was available to us. So I'd still say that's like 99% check. Like, I feel like we got pretty close. Which is saying something too on the fact that we were here for this was almost, it was exactly 11 hours. 9:10 in the morning was when we started this to 8:10 at night. Exactly 11 hours. And not counting any meet and greets or anything like that, you could not do everything here in one day. But you could possibly, we got really lucky with Fast Passes, granted that. If you don't get lucky with Fast Passes, you cannot do every ride and attraction here in a day. But if you get really, really lucky and get like Mine Train and stuff early, you could possibly do them all. If you really time it well, I think you could do it. So I'd say though, we completed the challenge. I feel like we did, to the best of our ability, everything that we possibly could have. We couldn't have done, we literally can't do anything else. We did everything with time left. So I hope that also kind of answers some questions of, can you actually do it all? Oh, people movers shutting down. But hopefully answer questions though, seriously, of like, can you actually do this? If you really try hard, we took 0 breaks outside of lunch and dinner. We went non-stop. And I'd say we maybe spent an hour between those 2 meals, and that's it. We went non-stop, Fast Pass to Fast Pass, and then a few standbys throughout the day. So hopefully you enjoyed this challenge. We're exhausted, so we're probably going to slowly make our way out of the park now and fight the crowds for the buses and head back to our hotel. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought. Do you think we completed the challenge? Did it not count? Let us know in the comments. I'm kind of curious. I follow on both sides of it, so let me know. Either way, hopefully you did enjoy this video. Thank you for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, let me know your favorite ride at Magic Kingdom in the comments, and let me know if you would love, like if you could complete this challenge yourself. If you want to try it, let me know. But either way, I'm tired, so I'm going to keep rambling if I don't stop talking. But thank you for watching. Have a great day. Subscribe if you're new to this channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.